hard to come by. It's tough to win a tournament. So, you know, I went into there, as I said, I was feeling very confident. I felt like I was going for my shots. Throughout the match, and it helped me. And you know, even at the 6-5 point in the tiebreaker, I was very confident that I was going to win that point. And you know, I stepped up and you know, hit a good return and played a good and played a good point at 6-5. I could very easily still be out there grinding, but I'm glad I'm not. Yeah.
John, you played. John, you played more of the U.S. Open Series tournaments than probably anybody over the past few years. This tournament just left U.S. Open Series. Yeah. I wonder if you have any thoughts on that.
You know, I just found that out today.
Oh.
I had no idea. Honestly, I don't know what went on, or I can't answer as far as what happened. You know, if I don't do well, I guess it's sort of a good thing. I'll still be in the lead. So I won last week.
Your lead will hold this week, but does it matter to you? Like, how much is it? If the U.S. Open Series went away, would that disappoint you? Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't lose sleep over it, but it's something that you know, I've always played very well on the U.S. hard courts. So I know I've finished in the top 3 a few times. But if it were to go away, it wouldn't change anything for me. I'd still be very motivated out there.
How did you find out? I guess because I was surprised that you wouldn't have heard.
Steve Johnson told me, and he's mentioned it, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "There's no points." So it was probably around lunchtime today.
Your serve is obviously an asset, pretty much no matter what surface you play on, but do you feel on this surface it becomes even more of something you can rely on and use for free points?
Yeah, I can rely on it on pretty much any surface, but on the hard courts especially it helps, because when it is returned, I feel like the ball is up in my strike zone, which is nice. Also, my serve bounces pretty high on this court as well, and it did last week also. So when I'm playing players that are, you know, significantly shorter than me, like my opponent out there tonight, it helps. I mean, I had a few serves that went up into the 4th row of the stands. And, I actually had to tell Fergus to tell a linesman to have the people in the front row be ready. I hit a lady one time here. It's awful. So you gotta really pay attention if you're in that front row when I'm serving. That's for sure.
You had a visit from the trainer there.
Yeah.
Like he was working on your left leg.
Yeah, it's just something that, you know, got a little stiff, but no, I had strapping on it that really helps. And it wasn't a medical timeout. It was just a changeover thing.
I noticed your summer schedule is a little bit different this year. The Winston-Salem Open is still not on that. I'm a Greensboro native myself, so I know it must be hard to not have that. Why that decision?
Yeah, you know, it's tough. Of course, I love that tournament. I've played well in the past. I've won it twice. Unbelievable support there. I stay at my parents' house. A lot of things bode well for me at that event, but I would say it's the timing of the tournament. The week before the U.S. Open, and I'm playing every week up until Winston-Salem. If I feel like I need the matches, I would hope the tournament would give me a wild card to play there. But it was a tough decision, very tough call for me to not enter. Being as it is my true hometown tournament, but I have to think a bigger picture, and things are off to a good start this summer. The plan is, the hope is that I'm going to need some rest before the US Open.
Is your preparation before slams changing a little bit as you get older? Is that?
No, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of just a slam by slam thing. I played the week before the French Open this year. I didn't play the week before Wimbledon. I didn't play the week before Australia. So it's always changing. But the main thing is just taking care of myself and hoping that and believing that I'm going to have enough matches and wins under my belt going into the U.S. Open that I'm going to be a tough out there.
I know they asked you to talk about Marty Fish a little bit after your match, and they had the presentation from him right after as well. Sorry to put you on the spot. Are there any memories that kind of stand out from your guys' relationship? I know you started playing with him or practicing with him kind of right away when you came up.
I did. I moved down to Tampa, Florida, and he was down there. So he's one of the first ever pros I ever trained with, and he taught me a lot as far as that goes. I mean, I left college, I was super raw and not as good as I am now, and he taught me a lot. You know, practicing with the guy of his caliber for as much as I have helped me out so much. But more importantly than that, he's a fantastic guy. He's someone that all of us have enjoyed having around, and it's just one last ride this summer for him. And you know, it stinks. You know, selfishly, you know, you want to have him around because he's a good guy, but he'll have a great send off in New York, and he should enjoy retirement. He's got a lot of good things going for him.
Can I ask a question? Thank you.